All right, Kerry Robinson here again. I'm with Cincinnati Reds pro scout Stephen Hunt, and he's agreed to answer a few questions here. Stephen, now you had a pro career, and you obviously went to the University of South Florida. You're a Bull. Tell us a little bit about your career. Like, when were you drafted, and how many years did you play, and what level did you get to?
Well, I got drafted in 2010 by Cincinnati. Played till about 2013. Spent time in Montana, Arizona, and the Southern League, where we're at today. In Bakersfield, I spent 2 years in Bakersfield in the Cal League. Played outfield, pitched, first base, pretty much wherever they needed me. So, just fell in love with the game. Ended up scouting shortly thereafter.
Yeah, a lot of players, and actually I had a guy yesterday ask me in the stands, if we got paid to do this all year round, it was our full-time job, and it is. And me as a former player, you as a former player, we were both hired to do this job. How did you get hired by the Cincinnati Reds after your career is over?
It was mainly a relationship building type situation. I had some friends in the organization that got right into scouting and would stay in touch with them and reach out to them and not only see if there was any opportunities, but also kind of keep my mind sharp in terms of baseball and talk the game with them and make sure I wasn't kind of losing track of my understanding of how things are done and how the game should be played.
Well, also, you said you play a little bit of outfield. We're outfielders. As scouts, I know when I played, I can't answer for you. Whenever I heard when I was in AA, AAA that we had to take infield, I wasn't too happy about that day. But as scouts, how important is it for us to see some things, and what do we look for on the field when we're watching the amateur players and the younger guys take infield?
Well, infield's important, just in my opinion, from a player standpoint, to get your feet moving at game speed prior to the game start. We all go out there and we play catch, we toss the ball around, but that's not how you're going to be acting or moving around during the game. So when I was taking infield, I tried to do it at game speed or as close to game speed as humanly possible, depending on how my arm was feeling that day. But from a scouting standpoint, it's an opportunity for us to see not only the energy you bring to the park, your arm strength, the range in the hands, and pretty much just the overall defensive rhythm that a player has, which is huge. We hear a lot that there's a lot of guys playing slow pitch softball that because they can't hit a breaking ball. There's a lot of guys that can run and catch and throw, but there's not, and it's an important aspect of the game. As you'll see as you go up through AA, AAA, and eventually the big league, those guys are great defenders, like Kerry was.
I appreciate that. And I only got another question or two, and if anybody on here has a question, throw it up there, and maybe I'll ask Stephen that question. Also, you talked about throwing. How can a younger kid improve his throwing strength?
There's a number of ways. You'll see the band exercises that you'll see a lot of pitchers doing. Those are important for position players to do as well. Long toss. And then one thing I like too is learning how, as an outfielder especially, is how to get a feel for that long hop. And we saw a play last night where guy had a great arm, short hop, third baseman, ball ends up in the dugout, and that's a play you can get feel for. And when you get out to the long toss and extend yourself a little too far, that's when you work on those long hops. Or even if it bounces twice, that's fine as long as your arm's continually getting stronger.
All right, Mary asks on here, what's the hardest part about being a pro scout?
Driving.
All the driving we have to do. Is there anything that you would like to share with amateur baseball players that haven't thought of asking you?
Just have fun. It's one of those things. Don't take yourself too seriously. The reason we all started playing this game when we were younger was because something we love. And if you're not having fun, why would you do it? And why would you have any motivation to get better at it? So continue to work hard, but also don't forget that it's one of the greatest games on earth, and it's a lot of fun.
And you can make a lot of money if you get
to the higher level. You can make a lot of money too.
That's Stephen Hunt, Cincinnati Reds pro scout. Thanks for watching.